Ladies and gentlemen, welcome again to Kenya Lens Media, where we bring you news updates as they break, and here we talk and analyze politics. Now, there is a video that has been taking rounds in social media for the better part of today. It's about that shouting Cabinet Secretary John Mbadi, Treasury Cabinet Secretary. Today, he went to Jivanji Gardens to try to familiarize the people there about the Finance Bill 2026. But what happened there later is something that we need to talk about, and that is the reason I'm here, so that we can analyze the video there and talk much about it, as John Mbadi was being chased away and the crowd turned ugly, turning against him. Watch this video first. That is the Treasury Cabinet Secretary John Mbadi being whisked away, running for his dear life. He was trying to convince the people that the Finance Bill 2026 is a good deal for Kenyans. They understand, and I'm going to give you reasons why this is happening. You've seen him trying to give it as if anauza njugu karanga. Yani, he wants to sell it to Kenyans, wapende waspende. He'll tell you about the goodness in the Finance Bill. Yani, wapende waspende. It's because of many reasons, because kama ingekuwa hivyo basi angeshughulika sana. I mean, if you think your product is good enough, why don't you leave the product to sell itself? Why should you move from place to place uambia watu this thing is sweet, test it? That is exactly what John Mbadi is doing, and many people have realized, Kenyans have realized, and they won't be duped into accepting that Finance Bill 2026. Already there is a revolution. People are saying that they can never agree for that Finance Bill 2026 to be passed because inafinya common mwananchi. Many people have been raising issues, and I saw in social media, in 2024 it started with a slow momentum. People saying, oh, this Finance Bill, oh that, oh we will be leasing our lands, oh I don't know what. So it started with a slower motion. But it reached that time, the momentum, the speed, it picked the speed, and everyone was against the Finance Bill 2024. That resulted to what happened in 2024, where we had a lot of casualties. Close to 80-something people lost their lives. That is according to the KNHRC that said and gave those details about those who died. And we remember the day the country was almost burning, and that is the moment when Raila Odinga came forth to enter into a broad-based government to try to quell the kind of tension and temperatures that had risen during that time. So Kenyans are speaking about it because it is not a matter of whether they will demonstrate. It is a matter of how they will demonstrate about the Finance Bill 2026. And I can tell you for free, this time round is not gonna be the same way it was in 2024, because wabunge waligundua kwamba the more if you vote against the will of people, watakukujia pale nyumbani and you'll get a hard time. And that is why if you see many of the members of parliament who are hated so much, who have inherited the hate from William Ruto, are those people who voted yes for the Finance Bill 2024. So even the members of parliament, so washajua kwamba ground haichezi, ground ni mbaya. So I don't know how it's gonna happen. I don't know whether they will vote in that Finance Bill. But again, there's something that caught my attention, because the youths are saying this time round, as they are going to the roads, it is not gonna be kuban vitu za watu, kutembea pale streets. Right now, they are inciting youths against those politicians who are propagating this Finance Bill 2026. they've made it clear that they are no longer going to the streets in Nairobi to riot, wanaleta hizo makanon, hizo magari zinamwagia maji and stuff. This time round they are going to the specific leaders who had made sure that the finance bill passes. Wakienda pale, they burn their houses. That is what they are saying. Hiyo si maneno yangu. That is what they are saying about 2027 elections. And if they go that direction, it will be chaotic in Kenya, because we have many leaders who are supporting William Ruto. Now tell me that the Gen Zs and the people who are unsatisfied, they've decided to touch all the houses of these members of parliament. It will be chaotic in Kenya. And you know, it is about why, or rather it is about the dissatisfaction of Kenyans, because you realize there's someone who never thought he could be in maandamano. There's someone who never thought at some point atatokea pale maandamano. Yeah? But I can tell you for free, right now penye mefikia, people are saying that is either we go to this maandamano or we die. So it's good we die trying. And that will call for another protest in Kenya in 2026 because of the budget, because of that finance bill 2026. That is lying solely on the backs of Kenyans, and is very heavy. Yeah, things are happening. And again, you know, the government led by William Ruto, they know that if a mistake happens, sasa hivi itakuwa mbaya. And I want to remind you that Raila Odinga is dead. Raila Odinga is no more. So I don't know ikiwaka the way iliwaka pale 2024, what William Ruto will do. No one atakuja kuongelesha watu wamsikie. And you know, it is a discussion and a debate. Will Oburu Oginga, yeah, try to control the maandamano, nyamazishe watu waambie nao tuingie serikali tusikie wanasemaje? Yeah, exactly my point. Oburu Oginga cannot fit in the shoes of Raila Odinga. And that is why I'm saying things are not gonna be okay, because they've started beating the war drums. They've started beating the war drums just now. And remember, Kalonzo Musyoka has been calling for the anniversary, can I call it real anniversary, of those who lost their lives in the 2024 demonstrations. That is June 24th. So they are calling for a peaceful protest. But then I usually tell you that there will be no a very peaceful and genuine protest. People will always be unruly. People will always be rowdy. People will always steal. People will cause violence because of that name, maandamano. Yeah. So I don't know what you think, but you can write your comment down there in the comment section. Especially tell me about that video about John Mbadi running for his life as he tried to popularize the Finance Bill 2026. So if you are new here, consider subscribing, liking and sharing our content, hitting the notification bell so that you can be receiving notifications each and every time we bring you a new content.